Hi, I'm Barista Esther, and I'm your trusted travel legal voice insider at Travul.org. I'm right here to get you legally ready to travel smart, travel safe, and travel far. So let's start with today's legal guide. And today we want to understand the standard visitor visa. So we've spoken about tourist visa, visitor visa, the difference between tourist visa and visitor visa. And I said, you know what? Let's talk about the standard visitor visa. And the standard visitor visa applies only to the United Kingdom. If you want to go on a tourist adventure, you want to visit friends and families, you want to go for event conferences, you want to go for graduations, you want to do different things for a short period to the United Kingdom, you need the standard visitor visa. And like I said earlier, it's for a period of 6 months. Short period of 6 months. Nothing lesser, nothing longer than that period. 6 months. Now, what can you do on a standard visitor visa? Because if I'm telling you about the standard visitor visa, you need to know what you can do on or with that visa and what you cannot do. What is permitted and what is not permitted. Now, let's start with what you can do. What you can do on a standard visitor visa is you can go for tourist adventures. You can visit families and friends, go for events, graduation, conferences. You're free to do that. Another thing you can do is you can go for business activities, business meetings, business seminars, negotiate contract. You can even go for trade fairs, but as long as you're not the one selling, because it is very important. Now, another thing you can do on a tourist visitor visa, like the tourist visa and this visitor visa, is you can go for a short study program or research program. Remember, the standard visitor visa is for 6 months. So whatever short program you're going for or research has to be less than 6 months. Less than 6 months. It must not be longer than 6 months. That is very important. Now, another thing you can do on a standard visitor visa, I mentioned the visiting part, the tourist part, business meetings. You can have a permitted paid engagement or engagements, as the case may be. Permitted. There has to be an authorization. So you can either, if you're an artist, you can go for music events where you perform. You can go for lectures. You can go for speeches for money. You're paid. But make sure it is not something permanent. Make sure it is just one-off for a short period of time, and make sure it is permitted. It is very important. Now, what can you not do on a standard visitor visa to the United Kingdom? You cannot work. It is very important. You cannot work, you cannot earn an income like the visitor visa and the tourist visa. Also, you cannot carry out any business. Please note that to any country whatsoever on a tourist visa or visitor visa, to the United Kingdom on a standard visitor visa, you cannot get married. This is not the time for you to marry. This is not the time for you to have a civil partnership. Please note that. Also, you cannot claim public assets. Also, you cannot claim public funds or public benefits in the United Kingdom on a standard visitor visa. It's not possible. Another thing is long-term residence. Remember, on a standard visitor visa, the duration is 6 months. Remember, if you want to have a short course or research, it has to be less than 6 months. So why are you staying longer than 6 months? Why must you stay on a long term in the United Kingdom? You can be deported. That is one thing you need to know. So follow the rules and regulations of your visa categories. And it is important that you know what each visa conditions and categories stand for. So when you go on a particular visa condition or with a particular visa condition, so you are not flouting rules and regulations or the laws that guide the country of destination. One more thing that you need to note is that long-term study, please run away from it. Less than 6 months or nothing. If you can't achieve the less than 6 months when you go the first time, maybe next time you can try it. But make sure you do not get yourself involved in a long-term study. It is very important. I know, no deal. Please watch out. Be careful. And if you need any legal tips, maybe you want to travel, you want to get your visa, and you're trying to find answers to some of the questions that you have, please contact us at Travul.org. You can follow us for more updates. I am Barista Esther.